Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come together for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Okay, so one of my viewers, her name is Carmen, had made a request several weeks ago for me to make a video about applying for the ASWB exams reasonable accommodations for disabilities. So that's what I will cover in this video. Standard disclaimer, I am not being sponsored or endorsed by ASWB to make this video. So here we go. So here's information for candidates with documented disabilities or other health conditions. In order to register and pay for an examination with ASWB, you must first be approved to sit for the ASWB examination by your state or provincial social work board, and you must request and receive approval for any non-standard testing arrangements. ASWB complies with applicable laws related to the development, administration, scoring, and maintenance of its examination program. The association strives to balance the legal requirements of examination administration with discretionary arrangements. ASWB ensures that all candidates are provided with an opportunity to demonstrate the knowledge, skills, and abilities intended to be tested. Arrangements must be reasonable and cannot, under any circumstances, alter the ability of the examination to adequately assess entry-level competence, nor alter the format of the examination. The state or provincial social work board and ASWB will cooperate in making any necessary determinations under all applicable federal, state, provincial, and local legislation, including but not limited to the Americans with Disabilities Act. Where applicable, requests for non-standard testing arrangements will be forwarded to the appropriate licensing board for approval. In the standard ASWB exam administration, candidates have 4 hours to complete 170 multiple choice questions administered on a computer. Select answers directly on the computer using a mouse and keyboard, and candidates may take short breaks during the 4-hour test at their discretion. Testing time does not stop for breaks. So, documented disabilities are protected under federal and or state law and generally apply to a person who has a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more life activity. Other health conditions may include conditions such as diabetes that require a monitoring device, temporary or short-term conditions such as a broken bone requiring ambulatory arrangement, pregnancy requiring additional breaks, breastfeeding requiring access to a breast pump. Please note, individuals who need arrangements for American Sign Language must use this form to request non-standard testing arrangements. ASWB will work with candidates with other health conditions to reach an agreement on relevant arrangements. Unless otherwise required by law, ASWB reserves the right to deny non-standard testing arrangements under this category if, at the sole discretion of ASWB, such arrangements unfairly advantage or disadvantage any candidate, or if the security and or validity of the examination is at issue. So I'm going to go over the instructions for candidates that are requesting non-standard testing arrangements. First off, you must complete Part 1 of the request for non-standard testing arrangements. A practitioner who has evaluated you and who is familiar with your condition and is qualified to make your specific diagnosis must complete Part 2. Each practitioner who completes Part 2 must be listed on Part 1 of the request. And there's a section where the practitioner will be able to make a statement. Here's some other information that is required supporting documentation. You'll need to include a personal statement which describes your diagnosis or diagnoses and how daily activities are affected. You also will need to list accommodations you are currently receiving or have received in the past, for example, in your work environment or in testing situations. If you have taken an ASWB examination previously without non-standard testing arrangements, provide the reason that you're requesting the arrangements now. You also need to include a learning disability evaluation report. If requesting non-standard testing arrangements for a diagnosed learning disability, submit the evaluation report from the practitioner who made or confirmed the diagnosis. To avoid delay, submit the request for non-standard testing arrangements and all supporting documentation at the same time. ASWB will notify you of the decision by email with a determination letter attached. All requests are processed in the order received. It typically takes 2 weeks for a request form to be processed. If a request form is incomplete, you will be notified by email. You'll be given 60 days to respond or complete it. All applications must be submitted with original ink signatures. Copies or fax signatures will not be accepted. Please keep a copy of this form for your records. And if you have any questions, please email specialarrangements@aswb.org. And you can mail the request for non-standard testing arrangements to ASWB Candidate Services, Special Arrangements, 17126 Mountain Run Vista Court in Culpeper, Virginia, 22701. So I will leave all of this information in the description of this video. But it seems pretty user-friendly. I'm actually looking at the actual candidate form. This is what it looks like. That's Part 1. That's the part that you, the candidate, will fill out. Part 2 is what your practitioner will fill out. Pretty standard stuff. Alright guys, so let me know what you think about this topic. Thank you for watching this video. For all the social workers out there, thank you for all that you do for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. And again, please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.